Welcome to this new video where we're going to talk a little bit about Assetto Corsa EVO, because finally we have some news about the 0.5 update, including its release date. This update, as we'll see together, adds quite a few cool cars, but it's also pretty disappointing because one of the major features that was supposed to come with this update won't actually be included. At least, not for now, so this update is a bit controversial. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments about this update, about its content, and whether you're disappointed or not. Anyway, let's get started. The good news about this update is that now we finally know exactly when it's coming. It will be tomorrow, Thursday, February 12, 2026, and we even have the update's release time, which should be 11 a.m. I'll be live on Twitch to check out the new content, test new cars, and try new tracks. If you'd like to join me live, follow me on Twitch via the pinned comment link. You can also support me for free with your Prime. It's always appreciated. We'll start by talking about what's confirmed in terms of content for this update, knowing that some of the content had already been revealed in the past few weeks. For example, the tracks. We're definitely getting two in this update. The first one will be the Watkins Glen track, which we had already seen in a previous screenshot of the game. And the second will be a French track, the Paul Ricard circuit. The developers have already specified that these two tracks will have 4 different versions. 4 layouts, so 2 new tracks, and 7 new cars for this update, knowing several had already been confirmed. For example, the Toyota AE86, which will be customizable, especially with a small livery referencing initial D. Also for this update, the BMW M2 G87 had already been confirmed, which will be customizable with M performance parts. To this are added 2 other models that we had already seen in other small images from the game, but which had not yet been confirmed for this update. There was some doubt about their arrival, maybe for update 06 or 07. The first will be the Volkswagen Golf Grand Touring injection of the first generation, and the second, the Porsche 911 Grand Touring 3 Rennsport of the 992 generation, which is the latest one. 3 other models that will arrive with this update had not been leaked or really seen until now. The first will be the Caterham 7485 Final Edition, which is a version equipped with the Ford 2-liter engine and special customization. It's a tribute to this model, since it was the last edition of this car before production stopped. Also, the Dallara EXP, which is a road model that we already know can be customized, for example. The bubble can be fitted with a mini windshield or not. And finally, the Audi Sport Quattro, which is also confirmed. So, this new car, there isn't any track car among the new cars added. They're all road cars. Even if some are really sport-oriented, they're all cars you can also use on the road, which are street legal. As for the content, everyone will appreciate it according to their tastes in cars and tracks. What is really disappointing with this 05 is that this update ultimately won't add the first part of the open world. And it's a bit annoying because that was the N update. A lot of players were waiting for it. We thought we'd at least be able to explore a few square kilometers of open world around the Nerf. With this update, as has been teased since the very first trailers of Assetto Corsa EVO, the open world has ultimately been postponed to a date that, for now, hasn't been announced. It might be 06, but maybe not. It might be 07. We don't know, and it's still a bit annoying because that was the big thing a lot of people were waiting for with this Assetto EVO. It was the feature that was supposed to make it stand out. So yes, in terms of car modeling, it's excellent. Yes, in terms of driving, it's really incredible. The manufacturer car customizations are great. There are many good things about this Assetto EVO, but what was supposed to make it stand out was that it was supposed to be the first game with an open world featuring truly simulation-level physics. So, that's not going to happen right away. Maybe, you never know. The delays between future updates will be shortened. We can always keep our fingers crossed that version 0.6 comes soon and that the open world finally arrives. I hope they won't try something like that. Trying to compete with Forza Horizon by releasing their open world at the same time as the launch of Horizon 6. I'm not saying this randomly. I'm saying it because the last time they released an update, version 0.4, they shadow dropped it at noon on the same day as an equivalent update for Gran Turismo 7. So, without warning anyone, they dropped the update at the last minute. And I think this method is a bit counterproductive in some cases. Another annoying thing about 0.5 is that it's the update removing career mode. We discussed this in a video a few days ago. The current career mode in Assetto Corsa EVO, with the X3L and money, is going to be removed from the game. For the simple reason that, and it's true, it's currently a mode that isn't played much and doesn't serve much purpose, since besides that, we have a free mode where you can test all the cars, with all their customizations and configurations, on the track. Which means the career mode offers the same content. To change cars, you need to buy them with in-game money and unlock them with experience points, so it's basically the same but with extra restrictions. Most players use open mode, or multiplayer. The developers understood this pretty well and now want to create a new career mode, which will no longer be focused on the experience points and money system, but rather on competition, on the driving academy mode, and on special events. Why not? But let's just say that's already two things. Between the career mode and the open world, two negative things happening in a very short time about the future of Assetto Corsa EVO. The career mode, even if it's true that it wasn't played much at the moment, was still one of the selling points of Assetto Corsa EVO. It was highlighted a bit as the main mode that would be used to unlock cars. Well, that's not the case. Maybe that will change again. Updates for Assetto EVO are slow, so maybe in 2 years when the final game is out, developers might restore the familiar career mode. Meanwhile, it's a bit frustrating, because 2 of the 4 main selling points of this Assetto Corsa EVO are either still not present or about to be removed. The only thing where Assetto EVO has really kept its promises so far, well, it's the quality of the car modeling and the driving. It's true that when it comes to driving, Assetto EVO really has a unique feel. Even if it's not the most realistic, it's hard for me to find the same feeling in another game. It's rich in sensations, making others seem bland by comparison. That's already good, you might say, but in my opinion, at Kunos, they overestimated themselves a little bit, and we overestimated them a little bit too. The amount of work to be done, the number of things that would need to be modeled and thought through. For Assetto EVO to live up to its promises, with a budget that's relatively limited. Still, isn't Kunos a pretty small studio? Assetto once sold really well, and so did Competizione. EVO also had a good start, so they have money, but it's not an Xbox studio, it's not a PlayStation studio, and obviously, developing 1,600 square kilometers of open world, developing cars with the level of detail offered here, plus rethinking multiplayer first, rethinking career modes. That made them fall really far behind. And for now, we don't really know what to expect in the coming months for the game. And now, there's not even really a roadmap anymore. Let me remind you that at first, it was supposed to be 1 update per month. And the first financial reports for Assetto Corsa EVO indicated that the game was supposed to stay in early access until summer 2026. That means moving to the final version in about 6 or 7 months, unless updates speed up significantly, or there's unreleased content ready for the game. I don't see how that could happen in that time frame. And it's an even bigger blow for console players, because the developers have said that the console versions and their development will only start once the PC versions are finished. If PC versions are finished by 2027, it seems reasonable given the update pace. Now, that means, well, the console versions won't be out before 2028, which means not before the end of, let's say, the current console generation. So, well, there are positives and there are positive negatives. Obviously, if you found the video interesting, feel free to show it by leaving a like. You can subscribe for the next ones. Since, of course, even though there are a lot of delays with the Assetto EVO updates, I keep following the game and regularly making videos about it, including also about Assetto Rally, which should also be getting its update soon. I'll see you tomorrow for the next discovery. I'll probably make a few summary videos on the highlights of this update, like the new cars. See you tomorrow. Ciao.